Things I hate. Okay, so here is, so Hillary Clinton, the left just can't let her go. And so The Daily Show did something called the Song for Women. And Hillary Clinton makes a cameo in The Daily Show's Song for Women. Yes, this is an actual thing. Here we go. Speaking for all women, except for the ones her husband's raped. The fact that they keep trying to keep Hillary relevant is an amazing thing. Hillary eventually will become as much of a joke as Al Gore has become. Every time you see him, you laugh. There's a reason for that. Okay, another quick thing that I hate. So people are making a very big deal out of this one story that's now going around the internet about apparently an unidentified flying object that appeared in front of a Navy pilot and then jetted off incredibly quickly. Do you have video of that, actually?
Bro. There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude.
This is kind of like an oblong-shaped, what looks like a UFO.
Well, if there's another thing, it's rotating.
And then apparently it like flies away at, you know, twice the speed of light. You know, it just moves away really quickly. And people are saying, well, this means the aliens are here. Okay, if the aliens were here, either they're prepping for an attack, in which case we should all be scared out of our minds and this should be the top of the news, or there is something that we just don't understand going on, and it's not aliens. Because if aliens were to come here, they'd probably make their presence known. Also, if they have technology that's superior to anything that we have, then presumably they would move on us, because this has apparently been going on for years. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we'll find out later that this was the beginning of the invasion, and I ignored it, and I'm, you know, one of the bad guys. Okay, time for deconstructing the culture. So, there's a song that has now become unpopular, okay? And they've changed the lyrics to it because it's unpopular. It was a Christmas favorite, okay? It was Baby It's Cold Outside. And we've been informed by the left that this song is rapey. Oh, yes. The song Baby It's Cold Outside is rapey. I'm going to play you a little bit of it, and then I'm going to play you some modern top 40. And you tell me which is more rapey. And the Michael Bublé did with Idina Menzel with little kids. But the original version with, I think it's, there's like Louis Armstrong and I think it's Billie Holiday. In any case, the lyric that people go crazy about is that there is a, the woman is basically protesting that she has to leave, but she doesn't really want to leave. And then she asks at one point, what's in this drink? Right? She said, it says, the neighbors might say, what's in this drink? And so it sounds like he's date raping her. Yeah, that's not what's happening. Okay, the whole point is that she's feeling buzzed and she's feeling happy and she's feeling flirty and she doesn't want to leave and he's trying to convince her to stay. Ooh, it's rapey. No, it's called a rather typical seduction. You know, assuming that Dean Martin didn't actually roofie anybody. This is, the idea that this is date rape is ridiculous, or that it's a rapey song. Maybe there's nothing wrong with the song. Is that possible? Then nobody who listened to that thought, oh, Baby It's Cold Outside means I get to rape chicks. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's a thing. What's hilarious is that all the same people who say that Baby It's Cold Outside is a rapey song are fine with top 40 music, which is like the most rapey music of all time. Half the music is about some guy saying, I'm going to jump on that fang, right? I'm going to jump on her, and I'm going to do what I want with her. And the girl saying, yeah, it's great, you know, that's what I'm into. Like, first of all, let's put it this way. If all of the lyrics to top 40 music were actually applied in real life by men to women, these would not be good pickup lines. Okay, these would be really rapey pickup lines. So there's a song out right now called Havana, and there's a part where there's a rap interlude, which has become a staple of top 40 music, and it's horrifying. In any case, this is one of the rappers rapping a little bit. You tell me, which is more rapey, Baby It's Cold Outside or this? Here's what he is saying, okay? What Jeffrey is saying is, quote, just graduated, fresh on campus, fresh out East Atlanta with no manners, damn. Fresh out East Atlanta, bump on her bumper like a traffic jam. Now, I missed the part where she said yes to the bumping on her bumper like a traffic jam, but that seems a little rapey, no? Says, hey, I was quick to pay that girl like Uncle Sam, so now he's paying her for the sex. Good job. Back it on me, shawty craving on me, get to digging on me, she waited on me, shawty caking on me, got the bacon on me. I don't even know what the hell this means. This is history in the making on me. Point blank, close range, that be, if it cost $1 million, that's me. I was getting Mula, man, they feel me. Yeah, clearly that's not rapey at all. What's more rapey is a guy saying to a girl, stay inside with me, and begging her to stay inside with him, and her finally saying yes. Clearly that's the rapey problem here. Our society may be screwed up beyond all repair on matters sexual, at least until there's a return to traditional notions of male and female, and what men want and what women want, and standards where we can accommodate both. Okay, so we will be back here tomorrow. I will see you then. I'm Ben Shapiro. This is The Ben Shapiro Show. The Ben Shapiro Show is produced by Mathis Glover, executive producer Jeremy Boring, senior producer Jonathan Hay. Our technical producer is Austin Stevens, edited by Alex Zingaro. Audio is mixed by Mike Cormina. Hair and makeup is by Jesua Olvera. The Ben Shapiro Show is a Daily Wire Forward Publishing production. Copyright Forward Publishing 2017. Very good, and I'm going to go through all that in a second. Trump, you know, it is a day of good Trump, bad Trump, right? I mean, we end the first year, and we're getting close to the end of the year here. And it has been a very good Trump, bad Trump year. It's a construct that I created last year during the election cycle, saying that the problem with Trump is that when he's good, he's really good, and when he's bad, he's really bad. It's been a very good Trump, bad Trump kind of year. So in honor of that, we're going to do a little bit of good Trump, bad Trump coming up in just a few minutes here, because there's a lot going on, right? Between the tax cuts and his national security announcements, there's a lot happening here. But first, very happy about the tax bill. Here is what he tweeted. So he tweeted, quote, "Stocks and the economy have a long way to go after the tax cut bill is totally understood and appreciated in scope and size. Immediate expensing will have a big impact. Biggest tax cuts and reform ever passed. Enjoy and create many beautiful jobs." You gotta love the guy with the beautiful jobs, all caps. This is the thing about Trump, and this is what's so puzzling to me about his presidency, is that President Trump's policies, as I say, have been largely conservative. And when I say largely, I mean almost entirely very conservative. And yet, he's really unpopular. And he is the president who, of all presidents, should best understand marketing, right? I mean, this guy is the marketing guru. He's the marketing guru of all time. He transformed what is, by any measure, a dicey real estate empire into television fame and fortune, and then that into the presidency. And yet he doesn't seem to know how to wed positive rhetoric and useful rhetoric to an agenda that has been very positive for Americans thus far. I mean, I was looking at a list of his accomplishments today, and the list is sizable. I mean, if you look at what they've done in the White House, it's not nothing. You know, it's not everything. It's not like they've done tons of stuff through Congress. They haven't. This has not been as productive a first year as, for example, Barack Obama's first year. But if you look at all the things that Trump has actually done, he's done some pretty good things. I mean, I made a list of these things this morning. And I've been trying, I mean, I know that folks who listen to the show know, I've tried to be as fair to Trump as humanly possible. So here's just some of the stuff that Trump has done in year one. So Justice Gorsuch, obviously, big win for President Trump. The defeat of ISIS, we've talked about on the program. The media have basically ignored it. ISIS grew under President Obama, who called it the JV squad. ISIS has now reverted to being basically a nothing. Right? ISIS has basically been cut all the way down to size. I mean, in territorial terms, they've been reduced to virtually nothing. And he's done all of that without having to oust Bashar Assad. Maybe he should oust Bashar Assad, but that's a different issue, as many of us have been saying for a long time. And the stock market under President Trump has soared 5,000 points this year. You know, I don't think that's always a great measure of a president. It soared under Barack Obama, too. But yeah, he does get credit. He's the one in the White House. There's been excellent growth, and the unemployment statistics are very strong under President Trump. I think that's largely due to the market understanding and knowing that Trump is not a threat to their business, that Trump is not somebody who's trying to threaten their business. He has cut regulations at a 22-to-1 ratio. For every new regulation added, 22 have been cut. Right, curbing the Iran deal, President Trump declared that Iran had been decertified under the deal, which paves the way for new sanctions. He should be pushing for further sanctions, but he's also been pushing for an anti-Iran alliance that has been extraordinarily powerful and has reshaped the region. A lot of that is the unintended result of President Obama's attempts to make Iran a regional power. But Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Jordan, Israel, they're now in a de facto alliance. He announced Jerusalem as Israel's capital, obviously. He's started to open public lands. The federal government has seized vast swaths of the West. Nearly all of Nevada is federal territory. A lot of that land ought to be returned to the people for their use. President Trump is moving along those lines. He passed new sanctions against North Korea. Now, listen, he hasn't solved the North Korean problem, but frankly, who could? I don't see a real solution there, and unless he knows something I don't, the best he's going to be able to do is pass those new sanctions, which he did. They're going to repeal the individual mandate, as I discussed. Tax reform, as I discussed, a record number of appellate court appointments. So he's nominated and approved 12 appellate court judges, which is more than any other president in history in his first year. He pulled out from the Paris Accords. The travel ban was finally approved by the courts. It was botched originally.